Imagine standing before a mirror. Not the kind that reflects the contours of your face or the color of your eyes, but one that projects an entire universe, a labyrinth of stories, memories, and identities you've collected over a lifetime. You gaze into it, and it gazes back, whispering to you in a voice so familiar it feels like your own. This is who you are. But what if that voice is not yours? What if the reflection is not you at all, but a carefully constructed illusion, a tapestry of borrowed thoughts, inherited beliefs, and conditioned responses? This is the first lie, the lie of identity. From the moment we are born, we are handed masks. Some are stitched with the threads of family expectations, others painted with the hues of cultural norms, societal roles, and personal traumas. We wear them so long that the mask becomes the face, the costume becomes the skin. We mistake the performance for the performer, the map for the territory. And yet, beneath all these layers, there is something else, something untouched, uncharted, and infinitely vast. But how do we even begin to question what we've always assumed to be true? The very act of questioning requires stepping outside the framework of the self we know, and that is where the journey begins, not with answers, but with the dissolution of certainty. Consider for a moment the nature of a dream. In sleep, you become someone else entirely, a hero, a fugitive, a lover, a stranger. You inhabit these roles with absolute conviction, feeling fear, joy, sorrow, as if they were real. And then you wake. The dream dissolves, and you realize none of it was you. It was all a play of consciousness, a fleeting projection. What if waking life is not so different? What if the you believe yourself to be is just another character in a much grander story, one written by forces unseen? This is not merely a philosophical musing. It is a confrontation with the very foundation of human suffering. The pain of feeling inadequate, the anxiety of not measuring up, the ceaseless striving for validation. All of it stems from the belief in a fixed, separate self that must be defended, improved, or proven. But what if that self is an illusion? What if the root of all inner conflict is the lie we've been telling ourselves since the beginning? I am this and nothing else. The implications ripple outward like waves in a dark ocean. If you are not who you think you are, then who or what are you? The question is not meant to be answered in words, but to be lived, to be felt in the spaces between thoughts, in the silence beneath the noise. It is an invitation to step beyond the known, to wander into the wilderness of your own being without a map. This is not a journey for the faint of heart. It requires the courage to release the stories you've clung to, the willingness to stand naked before existence without the armor of identity. But in that surrender, something extraordinary awaits, an awareness that was there all along, untouched by the rise and fall of your personal narrative. So let us begin here, at the edge of the unknown, where the first lie is exposed, and the truth, not as a concept, but as a living presence, waits to be discovered.